Hey guys, it's Thursday night. Welcome to the Highspots virtual gimmick table. I am, of course, the guru, Tommy Thomas, here with the man who I will allow him to introduce himself to you fans out there in internet land.
How you doing? My name is Fred Ottman. Tugboat, Typhoon, the Shockmaster, the B-A-double-D. Big Steel Man coming at you live.
You heard it! You heard it. He gave you all the monikers. Actually, he's got like maybe 10 more monikers that he has.
Yes.
That he's gone through for his entire career.
That I can remember.
But we're not going to talk about all those. But here's how we're going to conduct today's interview. I'm just going to give you a name or a topic, and
Yes.
you can talk for as long or as little or tell a story about it if you'd like to. So we're going to kick things off with an easy one.
Yes.
Ricky Birch.
Ricky Birch.
I should have kicked things off with an easier one then. Here, I'll switch this one up. Boris Malenko.
The best man on the planet. My mentor, my coach, a second dad to me. Boris Malenko. And his two awesome sons, Joe Malenko and Dean Malenko, Shelley. Both outstanding, the best. People know Dean as the man of 1,000 holes. The only difference that Boris told me one time was the only difference between Dean and Joe is Joe has the mean streak. Joe used to train before high school with the man that gave me the mighty Siegfried name, which was my first wrestling name, Carl Gotch. That was who he trained with as an amateur.
Those are a lot of tough people that you just named. A lot of
Yes.
tough people.
A lot of good people.
Cyclone Negro.
Awesome guy. Awesome. I actually went on a trip. The first time somebody wanted to look at me was at Ted Turner's first station. I was still training with Malenko. And we went on a trip in a Cadillac. A guy named Ron Slinker, who wrestled, was driving the Cadillac, and I had Cyclone Negro on one side of me. We were in the back seat of a Cadillac. And on the other side was the guy that used to wrestle as the Batman in the Carolinas. That's all I'll tell you right now because my memory comes and goes.
The fans will let us know in the comment section who wrestled as the Batman in the Carolinas.
But within 10 to 15 minutes of leaving Tampa Bay to go toward going to Atlanta, both of them were asleep, snoring. One on this shoulder, one on this shoulder. 280 pound guys asleep on my shoulder. I look up at the guy, Ron Slinker, driving, and I'm like, what's up? He goes, well, kid, that's how you can tell a real pro. They can sleep anywhere.
That is a big fact, big fact. The American Dream, Dusty Rhodes.
Dusty Rhodes, baby. The tower power, the man of the hour, too sweet to be sour, baby. He is the man. My brother-in-law, my ex-brother-in-law, okay? Cody's father, Dustin's father, okay? My other brother-in-law, Jerry Saggs, his brother-in-law, and the godfather to my oldest son that works for WWE now, Berkeley Ottman. He is the timekeeper that just got spit in his face by Shinjay Nakamura on Raw.
Wow. So
Yes.
just everyone in the family is just wrestling related or wrestling adjacent.
Makes fun at the holidays.
Speaking of Cody and Dustin, any fun stories from when they were kids?
No, other than, everybody knows about Cody seeing me on the couch when he was like 8, 9. Look, it's Uncle Fred when I came out as the Shockmaster. And Dustin, he's just awesome. They're both incredible guys in and out of the ring.
We are big fans of them around here at Highspots.
Me too.
Harvey Whippleman.
Harvey Whippleman. Oh my God. But before Harvey Whippleman was Downtown Bruno.
Yes, sir.
My ex-manager when I wrestled in Tennessee with another big guy named Goliath, okay? We were tagged together, and he was our manager. He looked like a little street urchin, and he was from Fort Duquesne Boulevard, okay? Wore 2 pair of underwear at the same time, okay? Because he's always been poor. Drove a big old Lincoln, and he was a great guy and still is a good guy. as Harvey Whippleman.
Speaking of managers, Diamond Dallas Page.
Oh, one of my first men before he became a wrestler, which is what he always wanted to be. He was a promoter in a nightclub called Norma Jean's in Fort Myers, Florida. Big wrestling fan, and he came up, and he and Sir Oliver Humperdinck, for you learned people out there, was my other manager. Both of them were my managers, and especially came across when I was wrestling Dusty Rhodes. Had my second cage match in my whole career against Dusty.
Absolutely. Speaking of other managers, Jimmy Hart, the Mouth of the South.
Jimmy is the hardest working man in wrestling. And I swear that he went to the crossroads and made a deal with the devil, because he looks the same now at pushing 80 as he did from the very, very, very beginning. He's incredible. He's talented, musically talented. He is a sports fanatic. Has I don't know if he still does, had a huge sporting collection. He was one of the first people that used to get uncut sheets of baseball cards back in the day.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow, those are hard to come by, too.
Yes.
Speaking of collections, Sergeant Slaughter.
One of my fan favorites, Sarge. I love seeing him every time we do a signing. He is an incredible guy. I have a ton of stuff in my corner in my man cave at the house. Okay. He has his whole little shelf. He actually had signed my dad's Korean war helmet from back in the day on it. Made it out personally to my dad, who's no longer with us. But every time I see him, I walk toward him. He goes, "What do you got for me to sign now?" But
he's ready for you every time he sees you.
Yes, I even have his original Hasbro G.I. Joe figure with the card that came with it, sitting on the shelf there. Yeah, he is definitely one of my fan favorites.
To deviate for a second, what else is in the man cave?
Oh, I have well, we don't want to go there. Thank God I have an awesome wife that lets me but she's good too, and she's picked up. I've got I have a lot of the guys' stuff. I have a lot of LJ rings. I like to get the guys to sign those because they're great wall hangers. I've got the first ECW pay-per-view, and it's signed by all the guys on there. 18 guys, I think all told, signed that. And that was a purchase that my wife got, so it's not truly mine. She has that with her LJN Miss Elizabeth that's still in the package, is hanging on the wall there. Wow. But we have a lot. We have the LJNs, the original LJNs. I have AWA figures. I have Hasbros and all that stuff. It's almost like having family portraits, because it's all guys, even the newer guys. I have some of their stuff that I've met them and been part of different things that they were involved in. So they even have special places there that they've autographed stuff for me, and it hangs in there. I've got a lot more stuff than I have room for. That's all I can tell you in that room. I don't want it to, they'll have me on Hoarders next, okay?
Oh, no.
Which I should be on there.
At least it'd be good stuff, though.
It's all good stuff. It's like family day all the time. I'm sitting there, I'm relaxing, chilling, and doing whatever I do, or interviews and stuff like that. It's just a great place, a happy place. A lot of people like it.
And speaking of the missus, do you want to give her a shout out in case she watches this?
Sheila, I love you. You know I love you. And she's home, busy working on our new restaurant, she wanted to put together. Bubba's Filling Station Cafe in Tennessee, in Bon Aqua, Tennessee, out in farm country.
So if you're out in Tennessee, you know where to go get a bite to eat.
Soon it will be open.
Also, what's the secret to a happy marriage?
Happy wife, happy life.
That's normally the thing most of the guys say. It's either time apart or happy wife, happy life.
No, happy wife, happy life. And she's good. She's a keeper.
All right, I got a couple of more names for you here. The Undertaker.
Awesome guy. Awesome. I had some of his first matches when he came to WWF. Just a really good guy, talented guy. And that goes without saying, because there's a lot of Undertaker fans out there that, think very highly of him. And he is truly, truly, truly a hell of a guy.
Absolutely. Ole Anderson.
Ole Anderson. I am the Shock Master. He is truly the Shock Master. He is the voice of the Shock Master.
Absolutely.
Yes. It isn't like I couldn't do it or anything, you know. I was too busy falling. Everybody has that Shockmaster moment.
Absolutely. We
Absolutely.
all do. I have them every single day. Little League Baseball.
Little League Baseball.
Little League Baseball.
Fun time for me. When I was on the road, both of my children played Little League Baseball. They played T-ball. They played Little League Baseball. Berkeley was a hell of a baseball player, and so was his brother, you know. Meanwhile, my daughter, she was doing gymnastics. But I went to those too. Father-daughter gymnastics. Family is everything. And Little League is where it's all about.
Absolutely. Wikipedia getting things wrong.
Oh, what was that name you called me?
Tugboat Tyler, as Wikipedia says.
No. Remember this. Wikipedia is not right. You know, my character was from Norfolk, Virginia, but I was from Miami, Florida. Okay? But Tugboat Tyler, it was Tugboat Thomas. Okay? Like Dave Thomas from Wendy's.
Or like Tommy Thomas.
Oh,
your
there you
nephew.
go.
I'm his nephew now.
That's it.
Okay, we got one more for you.
Yes.
The TV show Dark Side of the Ring and John Tentna.
Well, that's something that's coming up this season.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I've seen teasers for it already, and they promised me that it would be a lighthearted deal. Let's see if they cut and paste, or if it truly is a lighthearted deal. But it's about my best friend, Dark Side of the Ring. It's about us and our time on the road and interviews with various different people from the business and Quake's family. John's my brother from another mother. I loved him dearly, and I won't spiel anything about they said. I'll see if they put it in there. But the bottom line is, I wish we would have never gone our ways and completely stayed together. But the good man upstairs had other, you know, he went through a lot of suffering and stuff like that. But he was the nicest guy ever in the business that I've ever worked with.
Well, it's just one thing you wish more fans knew about him.
How wonderful he was. I have people all the time that comment when I post pictures and stuff like that. My son Berkeley and John Jr., they're still good friends. And then, you know, all of his kids and his wife that's still alive, she lives in Florida, just phenomenal people. And I wish they knew more about us. I do have a picture somewhere amongst my stuff of me and John when our kids were little. We were at Disney World and with mouse ears on riding the Dumbo ride.
I'd love to see that photo if you ever find it. Hopefully you post it on your social media.
Oh, no. People ask. They just, all they want to do is copy it. But it's somewhere amongst my, you know, my stuff.
Gotcha. Do you have any charities, social issues, anything of that nature you think the fans should learn a little bit more about?
No, I mean, I tell you what, with the fans should know that without them, we would be absolutely nothing, first of all. You know, I was a wrestling fan since I've been 8, 9 years old. You know, my childhood was coming up, waking up on a Saturday morning watching Florida Championship Wrestling, okay, with Gordon Soley as doing the announcing. And it was a great deal. And then after you finished, you watch cartoons, Bugs Bunny and Popeye and all that stuff, and then you watched wrestling, and then you went out and played with your friends. That was my childhood growing up, and I became a professional wrestler. It's not what I went to school for, but I'm glad, you know, I played football, I wrestled a little amateur and that stuff, and I threw shot put and discus in school and that. But, you know, never be embarrassed too. First of all, chase your dreams and what you want to do. Okay, never let anybody poo-poo on your ideas, because if you don't try it, you're the first one and the most important one to judge what that stuff is. But thank you to every one of the fans for being what they are, fans, and being so nice. When I go do these signings and meet and greets and stuff like that, I take my time. We talked about signatures. I think it's important for you to have a nice signature on your piece.
Yes.
Some people, which will go unnamed because we don't throw them under the bus, but if they take their time, this is coming from me. I'm a fan still, and these things I want to keep forever, or maybe I pass to my kids. But I paid a lot of money to come see you, to talk to you, and to have this piece of wrestling memorabilia signed by you. Take your time and make it look nice, because somebody that loves you a lot is making it part of their life. That's all I could tell you.
Absolutely. Maybe after this, we'll get you. We have a couple of autographs from Walter/Gunther. I heard that you're a fan
I
of
love
his.
him. He's good. He is good. He is old new school. He is awesome.
So definitely a big Gunther fan. Maybe we can hook you up with one of
Yes.
those autographs I have. Michael, do you think you could hook up with the Gunther?
I may have one or two.
Michael will be able to hook you up with this after
Sweet.
this. Please plug everything you want to plug. Social media, where they can find you, all that good stuff. Shout outs to anybody you want to shout out.
I'm on Instagram. I'm on Facebook, Fred Ottman, my real name. And you know it's me. If I got, it's a picture of me and my wife on our wedding day, smooching. But scary, I know. But I'm involved with anything I can get involved with as far as charities go and that stuff. And so, if it's possible, I'm doing it. But right now, been over a year trying to put this restaurant together and we're real excited about it. We've got a lot of man hours in it. It's kind of an eclectic mix of automotive, a little bit of wrestling, a little bit of a lot of different things. And we look to have fun and get to meet more people. And a lot of wrestling fans are looking forward. I keep getting word, when is it going to open? When is it going to open? Hopefully in the next couple of weeks. We just had to finish up a couple of things to make sure our I's are dotted and our T's are crossed.
And tell them once again the name of the restaurant and what the city it's located
It's
in.
called Bubba's Filling Station Cafe. It's located in Tennessee because I wrestled as Big Bubba in Tennessee for
WC
No, it
Georgia
was
champion.
No, it was an AWA. It was an
AWA.
It was part of the AWA, but
knew that
it
one.
was out of Memphis, Tennessee, live. Lance Russell was the commentator, and Jerry the King Lawler was one of the owners.
it was
the
that-
other owner is Jarrett, not
TNA
Jerry Jarrett.
Impact Wrestling.
No. That's later on down the line.
Guys, once again,
Have you had some concussions?
A few of them, one or two.
I've only had 100, so I'm okay.
Guys, this has been the great Uncle Fred. Uncle Fred, can we hug it out?
Oh, man.
I get to hug Uncle Fred
No tongue.
right there. And guys, we'll be back in just a moment with more of the Highspots virtual gimmick table, and hopefully you guys enjoy some of the products that we're gonna bust out tonight. He saw some of them earlier.
They got gimmicks.
dug 'em.
They got gimmicks.
Absolutely. We'll be right back with more VGT.